Hello and welcome back to another code analysis. This is going to be part 4, I believe. And this is going to be to do with my robot. One of my robot AIs. I'll be doing the other one, but this will be all in one because there's not a lot of detail and it's very easy to go over. So basically, he has a health system. So a custom event damage. You had to create a variable, which I have in the right, which is called bad robot health, which is an integer. So basically, we're going to set the bad robot health. I set it to 100 in the percentage over here in the bad robot health area. Set it to 100, and basically it's going to I put an input basically so it can understand as an integer of the damage taken. So this is basically the entire thing for when his damage is being taken away. And there's his robot health area as a variable. So you got to get the robot health in order to set the robot health as well. So basically, the branch is if it's true that the robot's health is less or equal to than 0, it destroys the actor. If he has more than 0 health, it's going to print a string and it's going to print the bad robot's health. Simple enough, really easy to understand, and all that. Okay, so the bad robot shooting. So create a custom event, robot shoot, do once, spawn actor BP robot bullet. Basically, I had to create a bullet for the robot, and I'll show the blueprints for that as well during this episode. But basically, it's going to shoot out the robot bullet. It's going to get the world transformed to understand where the robot currently is, and based on the arrow, the capsule, which is by here, and where the arrow is, so basically where it spawns, it's going to shoot the arrow by there. And I added a delay of 1.5 seconds so that it doesn't rapidly keep shooting. So then there's a pause between 1.5 seconds. And then the last thing is all this, which is the robot walking towards you. So you need an event tick. There's a lot of sequences. So let's start off with number 2. So, or maybe should I do 0 and 1? Now let's start off with 2. So basically, the sequence is, number 2, you get the actor location. You're going to return the X value, the Y value, and the Z value. You're going to set those. Easy enough. You need these to understand for which, so that the robot is able to walk in any one of these directions. And basically, you need to get it so that it gets the value of where the robot is currently. And then you have to set some of these into it. So I set a 2 into set 3 into set, and set 4 into set. Number 5. Basically, number 5 is a branch. Ooh, should I do number 5 first? Yeah, I'll go with number 5. Number 5 is a branch. If the condition is that the in-range float is 1,000, the distance, so distance by there, and let's say the maximum distance is 1,000 and the person's in range. There's not going to be delay. Basically, if the actor is in location, so the Viking is in range of the robot AI, the robot will set a flip book for its walk cycle, the paper flip book, and it'll start walking towards the actor based on the location it's in. So location X, I put 2, basically that's basically its movement speed. It's going to be walking a bit quickly, not too quick, but it works quickly. If it is not in range, then it's going to play the idle enemy AI animation, basically because it has nothing to detect and it won't walk towards you. So we set the X value. We get the Y and the Z X values because we don't need to change these really due to the fact that it's a 2D side scroller. So you don't really need to worry about those because you need to set them so that they can't change and they automatically stay in the same position. But overall, it's basically really easy. And then which one's this? This is set 6. And I believe this one, yeah, this is the exact same. However, basically if it needs to rotate around, so basically there's another part where it rotates. This is for it to walk in the opposite direction when you jump over it, and basically all that. So down here you need to set an actor rotation. new rotation Z because we're on the Z, so basically he needs to rotate around. Basically, it looks weird, but it does the job. Fine look at rotation. He needs to look at, you need to get the actor location, so it starts by there. You need to get actor location, so the start and the finish. And basically, you need to get the player character as well. Basically, so that it understands he's looking at the character you're playing, not the actual robot, but the one I'm playing. And then it needs to return the Z axis. So basically, this is the start of it. And then it needs to set the distance minus get actor location, get world location, because it needs to understand where the actor is and also the world location for basically where he is on the x-axis and the paper flip book, so that in the world he can rotate wherever. The actor thing is more of a case of it just needs to identify the actor more than anything. And then the branch is basically, if it's true and the character is in range, it will print the numbers ones. If it's false and the character is not in range, it'll print the character numbers 2. And basically what this does, it allows the character to rotate from side to side. It's like a 180 degree thing, like a paper thing. So like you have it flat, then it goes, it looks very thin, and then it goes back into the original state. And overall, that's really it. It's nothing, it's a lot of coding, but it's nothing too hard to understand, really. It's more of the case adding sequences, again, actor locations more than anything, and then being able to follow the character information. Now, I'm going to try and get up the Robo Bullet. If it shows up, does it show up? Here it is. Yep. So basically, there's a collision box. It's a laser collision box. Basically, on component begin overlap for the collision box, you're going to cast it to character 3, which is our Viking. It's going to take, we have to get our health system for our character, for the Viking. And basically what it does is it's going to take 0.5 damage off of our character. And every time it hits the character, it's going to destroy the actor so that it doesn't use up any memory. Really, it's not that hard at all. So basically what it does, if the collision overlaps with the character, the health system will be reduced by 0.5, and therefore once it hits the character, our Viking, it will destroy the actor to prevent any memory storage being, used up. So overall, it's really easy, and that's all of it. So this is part 4, basically going over code analysis of what the coding does. And yeah, pretty much until next time, I will be going over our final and last enemy AI, and then we should be done with code analysis. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.